So in this video, we're talking about completing the square when a does not equal 1. So we always have our a value as our first term there. And you can see in all these problems that they are greater than 1. So what we do, right here we have 6x squared plus x minus 2. So we can still use the same trick that we use when a equals 1. And that is when you have your two terms that multiply to get c and add to get b. So what we can do with this is we multiply 6 by negative 2, and that gives us negative 12. Now we can think of different factors that can give us those two terms. And the two factors that do that are negative 3 and positive 4. And that gives us a positive 1 when they are added together. So we start off with our leading number. As you can see, that's a pattern in all of the problems. And then we end with our constant. So what we did is we have our two parentheses here. So we start off with 6x squared, and then we have our minus 3x, and you can see that that adds to give us, or multiplies to give us 12x squared. And then in the other set of parentheses, we have 4x, and then minus our constant that always stays down. So then when we take these two terms, we see that there is, in this set of parentheses, a common factor, which is 3x, because they both have something that can divide by 3x. And here that would be 2. So here we have 3x, which is on the outside of our parentheses, and we know that can go into 6x squared with 2x, and then negative 3x gives us negative 1. So then we continue the same pattern with the second set of parentheses, which gives us 2, and then inside the parentheses is 2x minus 1. So then once we have that, then we are left with 3x plus 2 times 2x minus 1. Because here we have our 2x minus 1, and then here we have our 3x plus 2. So when that is factored out, 3x times 2x, that gives us our 6x squared. And when we FOIL that, we end up right back at our standard form equation. And that's the same pattern that you can see in this problem. Now when we move on to using a different set of problem where we don't have the middle b factor here, and when our normal form is a times x minus h squared plus k. So when we don't have that middle set there, so in this problem we have 3x squared minus 75. Well, we can see that they both go into 3. So we have a common factor there. So we can put that on the outside by factoring that. So then we're stuck with x squared minus 25. So then when we keep that 3 down, because you have to keep that going, and then you know that 25, negative 25, there's a thing called using the difference of squares. So that means you have a positive and a negative, and then your two numbers that multiply to get this number. So in this case, it's positive 5 and negative 5. So we have it 3 and then times x plus 5 times x minus 5 using the difference of squares. And that's all for that.